Hey y'all, this is Mia. Welcome back to Mia's Tarot. Um, this is like a part two or a little bit more about the Nipsey Hussle's death. Some of you requested that I do a part two, so I decided to answer some questions that are kind of speculating. I looked up more of the story. Um, so I'm gonna like ask a couple questions. I used this is the essential tarot. It's the like book and card set. It's a good beginner deck if you are interested in learning tarot. And also how to like build your intuition. If you're interested in learning that, let me know because I might do a webinar. I'm thinking of doing a webinar on teaching tarot and also how to build your intuition and your psychic abilities. Um, I basically was building mine and didn't even know it, until I started to like research it and things like that. So many people ask me in my email, how do you come up with this and things like that. So part of it is building your psychic ability and building your intuition is very, very important. And not only do you use that when um you are pulling cards or you're doing a reading, however you want to do your reading, but you have to use it and practice that, in your everyday life. So I do my best to stay balanced. And even when I'm not doing readings, I meditate, because it keeps it strong. And it helps me, to give you all more accurate answers, allegedly, I guess we could say, because tarot readings are not proven to be factual information. So that's why we have to say for entertainment purposes, even though it has helped guide several people. Even celebrities go to tarot readers, so but yeah, I just had to say that. So if you're interested in learning, you know, how to do this, it would be a lot of different courses and classes and things like that that I could put together, and to build how to build your intuition would be a separate thing. Um, so just let me know if you guys are interested. I use this because I have two decks, so I have, so just in case cards come out twice, I'll know the energy is twice as strong. So that's why I decided to use this deck. um so it's still a sad situation. It's really extremely sad. um it just is. So I will go with some questions and, some speculations and things of that nature just to see what comes up. Because sometimes, the energy changes and what came up the other day, may be a little different now. And so, you know, so let's ask the cards. Sorry, the incense is, I like it for what I'm doing because it keeps me in my zone. However, the incense makes my nose feel weird, but that's because, my allergies and stuff. But anyway, I digress. Okay, so we're gonna pray for Nipsey Hussle and his family and Lauren London, and keep them in our prayers. And we're going to ask the cards, was this a setup? I'm pretty sure it was, but we're going to ask the cards, just for, you guys. Was it a setup? Was Nipsey Hussle? I said, oh Lord, Nipsey Hussle. Every time I do this reading, my energy gets so like low and my chest get kind of like not really tight, but a little bit. And I truly believe it's because he's still here, He's still here. He knows that, okay. All right, so sorry about that. I had to stop the video for a minute. But was this a setup? Like I said, at first I do believe it was, but we're going to pull because these are questions that I got in my email and that are speculating through out the media and also in my comments. So I just thought I would answer some, okay? Just for y'all to do a part 2 before I go to work. So the energy's pretty heavy for me, so I normally don't read as soon as they pass away right away. The first time I did that was for Kim Porter, and like like now, and I was guided to do that too. So but her energy wasn't as heavy, so I really know that his soul hasn't fully passed on. Her energy wasn't as heavy as his energy. Like, I feel like he's very angry. Like, his soul is very, very angry, like upset that this happened. Okay, so here we go. Was it a setup? Was Nipsey Hussle set up? Okay. All right, so we have the Nine of Swords in reverse, the Sun in reverse, and the Five of Pentacles. Okay, so I feel like it was a setup by two people. I feel like two people orchestrated the setup because I do feel it was they wanted money or something to do with money. With the Five of Pentacles here, give me a second. With the Five of Pentacles here, they felt somehow betrayed, neglected, and they wanted money. Like, I get a feeling like they don't feel like Nipsey Hussle looked out for them or was looking out for them, and they just weren't happy. They weren't happy about. They weren't happy with him. And I feel like they planned this for some days. Probably like, I feel like they planned this for at least 9 days. But they really didn't want to have to worry about Nipsey no more. Like, it was like, we don't have to worry about him no more after this. Like, because like I said in the last reading, they were still coming after him, but he really was like, he would defend himself, but he really didn't give a shit about them, period. It's like I said what I said, kind of thing. So they really couldn't break him. The person was cool with him in the past. They were cool with him. I feel like they were cool. Him and whoever this person was, he knew very well, and he was cool with this person in the past. But then they was getting into it, and it became a lot of conflict between the two for some reason, and they made the decision to take Nipsey out, basically. It's basically like, we're not going back and forth no more. Like, this is it. We're not fighting, no more. So it's that's what it's like. That's that's why they did it. I don't know why. Like, the anger of the person who shot him is ridiculous. It's like, because I just see like they were just caught up in their emotions and mad. And it's very sad because that's what I feel like. They were just caught up in their emotions and mad at this man. And that's why they did it, really. You know how you go back and forth with somebody so long and it starts to escalate, and now you like, oh, now I really got, I really got to do something. I'm about to show up, I'm about to pull up, I'm about to, whatever, whatever. It was kind of those things. But Nipsey was like cussing them out, could have been like cussing them out or gotten a little fight and moved on. And here we go, still stuck on the same thing. I feel like they try to play it cool at first, just to kind of, I guess, so he wouldn't run, or so he wouldn't suspect that they were going to do it. But then like they did it, because I feel like he played it cool at first. Like the guy, like they got into it, but he, like he played it cool, and then like they got into it, and it escalated. It wasn't though, let me go to the car. It was like they really did, plan this out. I don't see a real elaborate plan. I just see like talking about it and just amped up about it and just emotional about it. I don't see like them sitting around a table like, oh, we're going to meet him here and do this here. And, I don't, I don't really see it. But when they got there, they knew they were going to shoot him. They knew that. So, I think they saying in the news that the guy came up to him, and the guy came up to him and then went back or something like that. The planning was just, whatever they did plan, it was just, it wasn't like like I said, a real elaborate plan. It was just like they was just trying to make sure they had a way to get away when they did it. So basically that's where the planning came in. Okay, so any more information on this setup, and then I'll move on. I'm trying to find my dog. Oh, she's right there. Okay, any more information about this setup, and then I'll move on. Any more information about the setup? Okay, we have a Queen of Swords. So there was a woman involved. And Nine of Rods. Then we have the Seven of Cups in reverse, and we have the Nine of Rods. Give me 1 second. Okay, so we have, had to take a short break. Okay, so we have the Queen of Swords, the Seven of Cups, and the Nine of Rods. So there is a woman involved in the setup. I feel like a woman and two men, allegedly, we have to say that. But she's a pretty smart woman, pretty wise woman. She probably gave them some advice in orchestrating this thing. And this has been something that they were thinking about. This is with the Seven of Cups in reverse here. That's why I like to tell y'all what the cards mean as well. With the Seven of Cups upright, it's like you have choices and you're trying to like, you're not, this is like, you're kind of like still in your head a little bit, not in a swords kind of way. This is a card of like illusions, so you're kind of picturing it, you're seeing what it would be like, thinking of what it would be like, going over your options, but it hasn't been put into action yet. So in reverse, it was put into action. So they have been really talking about this and thinking about this, weighing the pros and cons and what they're going to do and how they're going to do it and all these, types of things. And then they finally decided to go ahead and do it. So that's why I said it wasn't like a huge elaborate plan. that, you know, okay, we're going to be at this corner and wait for him at this corner. You're going to do. It wasn't like that. It was just basically they were trying to figure out a way to do it where they can get away with it. With the Nine of Rods here, it could have been the person was or probably thought that something was going to happen to them too. So, you know, they had to like go in, because here it's like they're protecting themselves, they're on guard, and you know, in reverse, it's like they could be a little suspicious, also very defensive and paranoid. So, I feel like whoever shot him probably thought that's, you know, something could happen to him too, because of what they were going back and forth about or whatever was happening there. But it was just like very defensive, very angry. This person was very, very angry and mad at him. Very angry, very mad. I don't know if this woman has association with any other guys. So we're going to pull on this woman because she probably was the one driving the car, because they said it was a woman driving the car. So we're going to clarify exactly who this woman is. You know. Let's see. We're going to pull 2 cards on her. And we have the Page of Cups in reverse and the Two of Rods. So I feel like the woman is actually plays more of a role than the actual driver, if this is her. She didn't have no sympathy for the situation whatsoever. And I don't know, she may be older than the shooter. She may be older than the shooter. She may be older than him. And she was actually probably, I'm going to say, the one who just was like, go ahead and do it, because she's right here next to the Seven of Cups in reverse, where it's like, y'all need to stop talking about it and go ahead and do it then, kind of thing. She plays more of a role in this situation than just the driver. Okay. Because the Queen of Swords has wisdom and people take her advice seriously, and it's like, but she also can cuss you out at the same time, like, go ahead and do what I say type thing. I feel like she was older. I don't know if she was dealing with one of the guys or not, but she did help them come to this conclusion of making this choice with the Page of Cups in reverse and the Two of Rods. Because this is about making a choice, making a plan. So she did help them because she's looking directly at the plan. So she did help them come to this conclusion of doing this. Give me a second. I'm going to check on my dog, though. Oh, she's asleep. Okay, so now the next question is, what was the motive? I'm not trying to have this video mad long, so, because... So let's see. What was the motive? What was the motive? I'm going to pick 3 cards and see what was the motive. So we have, of course, money. Knight of Pentacles in reverse. It cost money. They wanted money. They wanted something from him. Of course, there was money involved. And they wanted him dead. Look, the Death card. They just wanted him dead. Like, he didn't give them what they wanted. So they wanted him gone. And then we have the Two of Swords. So I feel like Nipsey with the Two of Swords here, he was kind of like oblivious to it. Not in a way where he wasn't watching his back, but he was just not thinking that it was going to pop off like that. But of course, if he like was like, okay, here go $1 million or however much, they probably would have walked away. But I feel like they probably had a conversation over it or whatever, and Nipsey was like, or whatever the situation was. But the Death card came up. They wanted this man dead. They wanted, you know, something from him that they found valuable, or money. and they wanted him dead. And with the two of swords in here, it's like that. It's like Nipsey. That's why like you're still got your swords up, but you're not really focusing. You're blindfolded. So I feel like he was kind of oblivious, like, you know, whatever, you know, and kind of like brushed him off. But it definitely he had something to do with money. Yeah, look, the Eight of Pentacles, more money. It had some. They wanted money, you know. They wanted money. Like that would have, like, with the Ten of Cups here, they wanted money. That would have fulfilled them emotionally. So I don't know. Or you know, this reading is like so hard to do. But they could have, you know, tried to cut a deal or something, and he was like, no. But, you know, it's like, you know, money would make it okay. If you did this, you know, we would be good. And Nipsey wasn't having it, you know. But I feel like he was like real, him and this guy or they were cool at some point, like family in some way, you know. And you know, in gangs, you know, it's like y'all are like a family. But I think this was like a personal thing outside the gang situation. Is okay. Some people want to know if Lauren London is involved in any way, if she knows the guy. So let's see. Is Lauren London involved in any way? And is okay. And then who was the shooter in relation to Nipsey? Like, what was his relation to Nipsey? Okay, so all right, so was Lauren, not that she was in, like, she set up anything, because that's not even true. I'm just saying, like, did she know the shooter or anything like that? That's what was asked. It wasn't like, did she setting up? We're not doing that. Okay, so we have the Six of Rods, the Queen of Rods, and the Six of Pentacles. So she wouldn't give something to somebody. She does know who the person is. I feel like she do. Look, she's right here. And the Six of, I feel like they might have wanted her. They might have wanted her, and she was like, no. I mean, I know this is like weird and crazy, but this is what I'm getting. That might have, you know, look, because it's like looking directly at her. Like, they might have wanted her at some point in time, or wanted to be with her, or was trying to talk to her, or holler at her. You know, so it could have been, she could have just known both of them at the same time. With the Six of Pentacles in reverse, she wasn't trying to give anything to him, the shooter, or one of the guys. Because this is about giving and sharing and, you know, helping out. Also, money comes back up again. So she wasn't trying to, you know, she wasn't trying to, she wasn't really focused on him. You know, I feel like he probably did like her or wanted her, or in some way he thought she was like really, really attractive. Or they all used to hang together, but she didn't want him. She didn't want him. You know, she was like, no, thank you. You know, but she does. I feel like she does know. She knows, like, it's a backstory to it. You know, but he really, this, I feel like this person, this guy, this shooter, or whoever probably wanted her or liked her at some point. I'm not saying that this is what the fight was over. Excuse me, but she does know who the guy is, and she wasn't trying to I'm sorry, y'all. Give him the time of day, basically. Or if she did show him any type of love or flirtation or anything, it wasn't much. So, yeah. So she does. I feel like she does. She does know. She knows a lot of people that Nipsey hung out with, or that was part of his camp. She, from way back in the day when they started dealing with each other, nobody knew. She knew everybody that he hung around. And as things started to change and he started to like distance himself from people, she was around at during that time too. So she, I'm sorry, it's this. So she has a lot of background information. She does. So I had to get some tea. So yeah. So it goes. It's a story that goes way back. Is what I'm seeing. And she is in the middle somewhere, just like she is right now. See? She in the middle. She in the middle. See? Okay, so his relation to Nipsey. Ooh, excuse me. The Knight of Swords in reverse. The Four of Swords. And the Five of Swords. Oh my God, they just had beef. It's just they've been going back and forth for a minute. The Knight of Swords in reverse. The Four of Swords. This is just chilling out. It's like they weren't cool. They had words and then it chilled out and then they had words again. It was like they always had words. Like they've had words for a long period of time. It looks a little more chummy up here with Lauren, but down here, as far as Nipsey is concerned, it's a problem. It's a problem. So, I feel like they had like, little immature words back and forth a lot, like just going at it with not even immature, just like horrible words, curse words, going back and forth because it's air energy, and then it like cooled out for a little bit. It could have cooled out for a couple of months or years or something like that. And then like, it started back up again. So this was somebody that he had an ongoing issue with. I see, like I said before, online, in his text messages, mostly text messages. Mostly text messages. So we're going to clarify these three cards at the bottom. Yeah, just reckless. Just reckless. The Knight of Swords, we have the Ten of Rods reverse, and Ten of Swords and the Knight of Rods, because the Knight of Rods was in the other reading as well. So we have the Knight of Rods, we have the Ten of Swords, and we have the Ten of Rods. So this guy was just like fed up with Nipsey, like just fed up with the Ten of Rods in reverse. It was like he was just tired of it, and he definitely wanted to lay Nipsey down. Look at this. Because he felt betrayed in some way by him. This is like one of them people who keep holding the grudge. He felt betrayed by him. Just keep holding the grudge. Keep holding the grudge. Keep holding the grudge. That's what, That's what I feel like. And it definitely could have something to do with Lauren or situation with Lauren. Not that she like dotting and bopping, but it could be where, you know, we were cool and then something happened. I don't know. But I'll look into that another day. We got to keep moving on. But but she in the mix some type of way. She is. So why hasn't Lauren said anything is another question. I have them listed right here. So first of all, I want to ask, was Nipsey and the shooter close at one point in time? I seen that they were previously or cool, but it's not even like they might have been falling out for a really long time because it's not even coming up that they were cool. But what came up was the Temperance card. So they probably were at some point, and then the Five of Cups is like a sad or regret or card of regret. So it probably definitely did fall out with the Worlds in reverse. Of course, they probably did fall out. So let's see if they were cool back in the day. The Queen of Swords in reverse. The Eight of Pentacles. Here we go again with this crazy woman. And the Eight of Swords. It definitely a woman has. It definitely has something to do with a woman and money. See, Queen of Swords in reverse, and the Eight of Pentacles, and the Eight of Swords. So. You know, it could be where somebody got cut off. Like, you know, somebody got cut off. Or he got cut off. Or Nipsey had to cut him off. This guy also already got a record, but that just came. But I mean, of course, he probably does. But yeah. So he wanted to still be part of something, and Nipsey was like, no. It's just. It was like he had the guy was just felt very neglected and cut off for some reason. But this is, like I said, it's a whole backstory over a course of time. And I don't know where he get this woman from this woman from that he's with. She is the shooter. I mean, the driver is coming up a couple of times. This is our second time coming up, and it's crazy because I read one way for something and then more comes up, but she's coming up more than once, and she wanted some money out the deal. The driver, she wanted some type of money out the deal too. So whoever this woman is, and it would have like I don't know why they think like money would make everything better. Like money could have made it go away. But Nipsey wasn't, you know, he wasn't about that. So it was like he was somebody that probably he had to cut off. I don't know if Lauren London knew who the girl was because she keep popping up in the reading who the driver was. But okay, so why hasn't Lauren said anything to the public? Why hasn't she said anything to the public? We have the Page of Swords and we have Page of Swords in reverse. Wow. And the Emperor. Oh, wow. Okay, so this came up twice. She's not saying anything to the public right now because she's being careful with her words. It's like right now she's not in a rational state of mind. So she would rather say something that's structured and that looks like she has it more together if she's going to speak. But right now she just feels like she doesn't know what to say. Like she really don't. She doesn't really know what to say. It could be people advising her not to say something, not to say anything yet. So somebody could be around her advising her not to say anything. Also, she's reading online. She is online. She is looking online. She is seeing what people say. So it's like, because this is like the spy card. She is seeing, she doesn't like everything that she's seeing online at all. She doesn't like everything that she's seeing, but she's trying to have some type of self-control. And she, with the Emperor here, she's trying to hold it together for her family. But she doesn't like everything that she's seeing. And it's like, if I say something, I don't know if it's gonna be come out the right way. So I feel like she's waiting to say something. I don't even see if she's gonna say anything right now. It's not coming up. But she is looking on the internet. She is reading what people say. She is lurking and seeing what people are saying. And like I said before, she doesn't really like everything she sees. It's like some people she really want to like clap back, or what they call it, clap back, or cuss out for certain things that they're posting. But she's trying to keep her composure. See how the Emperor is right here? It's like now I have to be mom and dad, because this is like a dad type energy, a boss type energy. She's trying to fix her foundation more, or figure out, life without him, or how life, how she has to get it together, basically like boss all the way up. But she still has, she has the page of swords that came up. So her mind right now is very irrational, and she is watching what people say, and she is looking at the internet, but she's trying to hold it together as a mom, and guess not replacing Nipsey, but being that structure, that provider. She's figuring that all out, but she's ready to cut some people out online, because she see things. I feel like she see things that she's like, no, that's not cool, So not that people are saying anything negative. She could just see people posting the videos of his death or something like that. And it's just some things I feel that she's watching that she doesn't really care for. But mostly, she's seeing like the love, the outpouring support, but she does see certain things. It's like she's zeroing in on things that she doesn't really care for. So, but she's not saying anything because she just, number one, she doesn't want to yet. Number two, she doesn't know how to put it in words. Like I said, she's very irrational right now. And even, and she's kind of just looking at what other people are saying, Okay? So, the suspects. How are the suspects reacting right now? How are the suspects reacting right now? That lady driver, she's mad. I meant to tell y'all that when she was in reverse. That woman who drove them or got the getaway car, she's pissed off, for some reason. Girl. Really? So, the suspects, how are they reacting right now? I'm going to pick 4 cards for them. How are they reacting right now? You got the Death card, the Hangman, the 4 of Cups in reverse, and the 10 of Rods. Okay, so they're trying to come up with a plan. You got the death card right here. So this is the death after, the death that happened. Every time we bring up these suspects, here come the death card. So, Um, the hangman is here. They trying to figure out what's next, what to do. That's what they're trying to do. They're trying to figure out, exactly what to do. I think they even thought of should they turn themselves in, but it's like thought gone. They have a lot. They're really nervous at this point. It's a lot on them. Like, it's stressful. Like, they're stressed the fuck out. But they are trying to figure out what to do next. I feel like, I know this is really eerie, very eerie a little bit, but you see this death card, looking at all of these cards, like, it's lined up like this, y'all. Like this. It's looking at all of that. So I feel like Nipsey soul is like around them. I'm sorry, like, I I know that's creepy, but yeah. I think he's like around them. Like, I dare you. He knows exactly who they are. And he ain't here to tell it, but he knows. He not physically here to tell it, but he knows. And they are sitting around trying to figure out what's up, but they are so stressed out. They are completely stressed out. They don't know what to do. I feel like they're hiding. You see this man right here behind all those wands? He's stressed out. They're hiding somewhere. Let's see anything else we could pull on the suspects. They are hiding somewhere. It could be trees. Wherever they're hiding at, like a lot of trees. I don't know why I got that. But it could be a lot of trees wherever they're hiding at. All right, I got to close it out soon. So, let's see anything else on how are the suspects reacting. How are the suspects reacting? Okay, so we have the Page of Pentacles, the Strength card in reverse, the Fool, and the Sun. So I think they feel like they're about to take a risk because they probably go somewhere else or try to travel somewhere else. They don't have a lot of money. So good luck. But no, they don't have a lot of money. But I feel like, they're going to try and travel somewhere else. It's like they came up with a plan that they think is going to work. It's risky, but they think it's going to work. With the Eight of Pentacles here that keeps coming up. Hangman. And the Ace. They don't have, like, it's... They don't, like I said, they don't have a lot of resources, like a lot of money or anything. But they've putting a lot of effort into this next move. The Hangman came up twice. So they are really sitting around thinking about what they're going to do next. Like I said, they don't have a lot of money. And they're not... And I don't know if whatever they're planning is going to work with the Ace of Pentacles in reverse, but they're putting a lot of effort into this. Money, money, money keeps coming up. Okay, so they could have gave somebody some money to help them do something, but they don't have a lot of money. That's just one aspect of it. But I feel like with the Sun card here, they feel like something gonna work out. No, it's not. All right, so let's see anything else about the suspect's reaction. I mean, how they're reacting to it. Yeah, see with the Magician, they came up with some plan, okay, that they believe is gonna work. With the Eight of Cups in reverse, they're not gonna be able to make it anywhere though, because here it's like they're walking away. Okay, yes, I'm great, I'm moving on. Here's in reverse. It's not gonna work. Watch. It's not gonna work. I think they're trying to leave LA or so, wherever, yeah, I think they're trying to leave. Sorry about my dog snoring. What else? How are they reacting? With the Page of Cups and the Knight of Pentacles, they pretty much feel like they're going to be okay. Y'all ain't going to be okay no more than Jussie Smollett, who think he got away with something. No shade, but I'm just saying. If y'all look at my last reading, my update on that, such a mess. But, yeah, I mean, it looked like they were, like, really nervous at first and they hiding out somewhere, but now they're trying to come up with a plan to, like, get away. But with the Eight of Cups in reverse, you ain't gonna be going nowhere. You're not gonna be going nowhere. Okay, so let's look at, like, see Nipsey Hussle's soul. I normally don't, but I'm gonna pull and just see on Nipsey Hussle soul right now, because I feel like he's around them killers. Like I feel like, Ten of Swords came out, so he just feel like stabbed in the back. Like he just feel like but he knew it's like he knew it was coming. He knew it was coming, but he just feels so hurt and betrayed. I don't think he's seen it coming that day, but he's seen it coming because how his soul is doing right now. I feel like he's around people that are, that are mourning him, and he's seeing, all this outpour of love, but at the same time, I feel like he's around them killers. Okay, so let's see how his soul is right now. I'm only going to pick 4 cards, and I'm going to leave him alone because I'm not trying to be, messing with this man right now. Okay, so we have the Nine of Pentacles. I feel like he's watching Lauren. He's making sure she's okay. I feel like this is her with, like, money and stuff, because the 10 would be, like, family if you add another pentacle. And this is like you have everything but love. So I feel like he's really just making sure Lauren has what she needs. It's important to him. Then we have the Seven of Cups in reverse. And then we have the Six of Rods in reverse. And we have the Four Cups. So he really is like not happy with how it happened at all. Like, I feel like some of these still came up with some of the suspects. That's why I feel like he's really, like, around them, and he's kind of seeing exactly what they were doing and how they were, like he's figuring it all out now. Um and it's like he don't have to think about what's going to happen to him no more. He's thinking like that, like I don't have to worry about if something's going to happen to me. I don't have to, really deal with that on a everyday, basis anymore. He's still not ready to cross over with the Four Cups here. It's like, you know, he's so. Pull one more card. He's still not happy with the way it all went down, and it's almost like he's just watching like everything play out at the moment, but he's not happy with how it went down at all. And part of him or his soul is just like he moved too slow. Like he should have reacted quicker or something, but he's just more making sure, worried about, making sure his family's straight. But I feel like his family is straight, and he had already made sure that that would be straight way before this. So, but that's my reading so far. I'm going to stop here. And, I know there's so many people reading for his soul that it's just like, so I'm going to stop here. But hope y'all enjoyed the reading. Yeah, hope y'all enjoyed it. Bye.